It's Wednesday. How are you guys? All right, I gotta get on here and make a video. These spiritual downloads are coming. They've been coming. They're hard to stop. And it's getting late. So I hope this message is going to be great. It's not well planned. However, I've had a lot of downloads today, and I want to give you something valuable. And I got my hair done today. I hope you like my hair. And I finished my workout today and did all the steps that I needed to do to create the best me. Of course, it's never perfect. I used to want everything to be so perfect that I would never get anything done. So I just procrastinate. Now I realize that nothing's perfect, but yet everything is at the same time. Everything's flowing and is right in line with the way it's supposed to be, including me and you, when you just do what you're supposed to do. Reflect within and begin. You know, I used to work in a prison. I was listening to some videos about prison this morning, and I thought that I didn't have a story to tell because the prison I worked at was the lowest level, but it was still hell. You know, even though it was a low-level prison, a lot of nightmares happened in it. It was a very dark place. And the most awful memory I have, the worst, was when I came in the next morning and an inmate had tried to cut off his own head. So he had put his head through the TV room window, and he had his head through the window and was attempting to saw his head off with the broken glass. It was a blood bath. And I'm thankful I wasn't there. And I feel for the female that was there. There was a fairly new female officer working when that happened. And when this person went crazy because they were under the influence of a drug, I believe the drug was Suboxone, but I'm not sure. They were definitely under the influence of something. Some really crazy drugs are getting in and causing really bad things inside the state prisons. It's a very dangerous place to work. Even if it's a level 1, it is crazy. It's not fun. That was the worst thing that I think that I ever seen. Even though I only saw pictures, it was gruesome. And the feeling, I worked the dorm the next day where this happened. The very next day, I walked in and thought, wow, you know, how they cleaned it up so fast. There was literally just a sea of blood, you know, in the entryway, in the TV room. It was just all blood. There's so much blood from this guy trying to cut his own head off. It was insane. And another creepy incident, and I didn't see, but I walked in one morning and I could just feel, when something happens in the prison, you can feel it. There's this feeling of dis-ease or tension or just seriousness. That's a better word, seriousness. So right when I got to the gate and was showing my ID in my bag to get in, I could feel the seriousness. I said, what's going on? And they said that someone was killed the night before, that someone died. And we're not sure if they were murdered inside or they jumped to their death. However, I still don't know, but I was very creepy coming in the night after someone was killed. I just have a hunch that he was killed, and it's only a hunch. I don't know any details except for coming in that next day and seeing mattresses just stacked, and the seriousness of all the staff running back and forth and what was going on. But it was in what we call Hotel California, Unit 1. It was a very tall building, and one of the very, very top dorms, 109 of 112. Guy had been shoved out this very tiny, small window. Now, of course, they have metal grates, but these little tiny shower windows were up so high you would never think that anyone would get up there and to get out. It was extremely high in the shower, so that guy had to be lifted by several. He would have had to been lifted by at least 2 or 3 guys to get up that high. So it was kind of crazy, and fell to his death. And seeing that splatter stain on the pavement was very, very, very creepy. Just the whole feel of the prison. That's just a couple things, but there was a lot of gruesome stories there, even though it was a low-level prison. And I always underestimate, I underestimate my what that impact had on me working there. And I'm learning that it was a big deal. And after my retirement and the memories that flooded in, it's crazy how your body remembers, but your mind doesn't, how it reacts to trauma. So I'm dealing with some trauma as a result of 22 years, a 22-year career, and some childhood trauma too. That's all coming up, and grateful I get to process this and learn so that I don't act out like I did last October. I broke character last October and lost my home, and thankfully, because of my sobriety, I knew exactly what to do, and I did not have to receive charges, or my consequences were dropped because of my ability. I was immediately proactive and did what I was supposed to do, but it could have been very bad. Very bad. This happened October 25th. I was supposed to be incarcerated. Supposed to be until January 10th through Christmas, but I didn't have to be because of my sobriety and my son, and people that love me, and the relationships that I've built today that I'm so thankful for in every way that God has given me. So I've been talking far too long. I'm just rambling about a couple of my prison stories, and I hope that you enjoyed them. I underestimate them. I want to give you something valuable. I just want to show up for you today because I really, really love you guys in every way. I'll work on being better. I've never been much of a planner or preparer. I live by the moment by moment. I really love life, every moment that I get. And I'm here to give and serve you with love and spread that light from my God above because of what God has done for me in my life, especially through strife. Strife is the greatest lessons. So going through a tough time, just ask God what you need to learn to align. That's what has always worked for me, even through this last lesson that was so tough. I stuck to my daily self-discipline steps. God got me through. I'm even better than I was before. So I hope that's true for you too. Be open to the possibility of growing and knowing that you are loved by God above. Everything is happening for you, not to you. And just be excited about the lesson that you get to go through. Get to be the best you. Love you.